The simple thing about Aretha Franklin is she was a great singer, a singer who could do anything. She could do rhythm and blues, she could do jazz, she could do opera, she could do country probably. They started calling her the Queen of Soul in the 60s, when she was, barely in her 20s, and nobody argued. People heard Aretha and they were inspired, and it was an inspiration that she channeled from gospel into soul music, into music that spoke to people's daily lives. So there were songs like Think, which is a warning shot across a relationship. It's one of the few songs she wrote, and it's one of her strongest messages. She had 100 songs in the Billboard R&B charts and 17 pop hit singles. But what was more important was the way she freed other singers, the way she showed other singers, this is how a voice can fly. Well, you can hear Aretha Franklin in Whitney Houston. You can hear Aretha Franklin in Chaka Khan. You can hear Aretha Franklin in men too, Luther Vandross. I mean, you can hear Aretha Franklin just across R&B and across American music. She wasn't always in the charts. There were long stretches of the late 70s, the late 80s, when she couldn't get a hit. I think the people who were giving her material often let her down.
What do you do if you forget a lyric?
I keep stepping.
keep moving fast?
You see her at the end of her career singing an Adele song, and you think, what if Aretha had better songwriters all the way through her career? She would have even more than those 100 R&B singles. Respect was first recorded by Otis Redding, and for Otis Redding it was, come on, when I get home, baby, be nice to me, I worked. When Aretha gets it as a woman and turns it around, it's about much more than that. It's about respect for her as a woman, it's about respect for her as a person, it's about respect for her as a breadwinner in the song, but it's also about sexual respect and physical respect. It's everything.
Anywhere I've gone in the world, people love that song.
They do.
Did you have any idea when you recorded Respect that it was going to be what it was?
No, I really did not. I did not have any idea that the civil rights movement would adopt that as its mantra.
Her father had been involved in the civil rights struggle. She was close to Martin Luther King. She was involved back in the 60s. To see America's first African-American president being inaugurated, this was the culmination of something, and you had to have Aretha Franklin there.
All right. Thank you. Good evening. How's everybody tonight? Feel good? Looking out the morning rain.
Aretha Franklin was a queen of soul. Gospel music applied to secular topics. And that meant putting all the airborne improvisation of gospel into songs about fighting with your guy. And bringing that spirit, channeling that ecstatic spirit into really down-to-earth situations.
Gospel goes with me wherever I go. Gospel is a constant with me.
Amazing Grace is a gospel standard. Everybody who sings gospel music knows Amazing Grace. It's a beautiful song. And when you hear Aretha Franklin sing that song, it's just transcendent.
Amazing grace, how sweet.
There was always that feeling that she was channeling some higher power into whatever she was singing.